Hey there, welcome back to this week's episode of the C-Town Podcast, where Seattle business owners, entrepreneurs, and community leaders are invited on to share their stories with us. I'm your host, Christian Harris. This week's episode of the C-Town Podcast is brought to you by C-Town Real Estate. Their mission to make a difference extends beyond just their unique and unconventional approach with their clients and their agents. They partner with the community to give back a percentage of the proceeds from each home sale to a local nonprofit of their client's choice. Visit ctown.com, sea-town.com, and experience the difference with C-Town Real Estate today. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the C-Town Podcast. Today I am joined by Melinda Partin, the owner of Rowhouse, West Seattle. Thanks for joining me today.
Oh, thank you, Christian.
Yeah. Now, the Rowhouse in West Seattle is brand new. I mean, so new it's not actually open yet, correct?
Right. So we're in the middle of construction. We're targeting an opening date of mid to late September.
Okay.
One potential holdup we have is our HVAC permit.
Yeah, permits. Yeah, those are fun.
But everything else is moving along.
Okay, excellent. And how's the pre-sign-up process been going? Do you have pretty good response from the community?
Yeah, we've had a great response. We have, as of today, we had 110 members sign up.
Okay, nice.
And so our goal is to have 300 by grand open.
Okay.
But we anticipate once we open, a lot of people come in to try us out.
Okay.
And then joining.
That's awesome. Now, I didn't initially know what Rowhouse was, when I first heard about you guys. I think probably through the chamber or something,
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about your business. What is it? What's it all about?
So Rowhouse is a fairly new concept. It was started in New York City in 2014. And as of last year, there were 7 locations open. Okay. And so this year there are 100. Slated to be open. Okay. So it's similar to it's a boutique fitness concept, and it's similar to a spin studio where you have, instead of bicycles, you have rowing machines. Okay. The workouts, there are different types of workouts, and so some are more rowing, some are all rowing, but most of them are interspersed with free weight and body weight exercises, but all low impact. The entire workout is low impact.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's pretty exciting. I mean, there's definitely no shortage of workout gyms and that sort of thing. Why do you find that people tend to want to try out or sign up for something like the Rowhouse versus the plethora of other options out there?
Yeah, so group fitness has really been taking off, as a whole, because people like to come in and kind of not have to think about what their workout is, and to be put through the paces and get a great workout without having to devise it themselves. What makes Rowhouse different is that it's the main differentiator is that it's all low impact, and it's also the rowing machine itself works out 85% of your muscles, and with the other exercises, you're pretty much getting a total full body workout plus cardio in 45 minutes.
Okay. Now, what did you do before this? I mean, why did you decide to open a Rowhouse?
So before this, so I've had my own business before. I had a marketing and advertising agency before, and then so kind of know what goes in and out of owning a business. Sure. And then most recently, I was the senior director of marketing and digital strategy for UW Medicine, and decided that I wanted to do my own business again, but I wanted to do something completely different, and started looking for different types of businesses to open. And I've been a rower. I love the sport. I love the workout. It's something anybody can do. And so that's what appealed to me.
Okay, gotcha. So you have a background in rowing, like for crew in college, or
not in college, as an adult? Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. I have really no experience with that, other than like kind of some old timey movies, or maybe they have some like rowing, in colleges and stuff. So I don't really know, even know the history of it. Do you know some of the history of the sport? Or? So,
have you read Boys in the Boat?
I have not.
Oh, okay. So that's about the UW crew team.
Okay.
So crew started, over in Europe, and then came to the East Coast. And so like Harvard, Yale, all the East Coast Ivy League schools. Sure. And then the UW, before the, I think it was the 1938 Olympics, they had a really strong crew program. And it was kind of, these kids that came from these kind of rough Scrabble backgrounds, and formed into this team that then was able to take on these established Ivy League schools. And so Washington University of Washington and Seattle have a long history in crew.
Oh, interesting.
We're one of the first challengers to the East Coast establishment.
Okay. I had no idea.
Yep.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit more about your background. Are you from Seattle or?
So I've lived in Seattle, went to the University of Washington,
Okay.
and so moved here from Texas.
Okay.
So grew up in East Texas, and as soon as I was 18, got out of there.
Yeah. Okay. Why Seattle? Did you move here for college or?
Yeah, I had some friends from Texas that were moving up here,
Okay.
and decided to I guess move across the country.
Okay. Now, with your background in marketing and whatnot, I mean, obviously, this business is a lot different than what you did before. But I'm sure there's some skills you've developed that are helping you in that. Can you speak to that a little bit? You know, what kind of skills do you bring to the table that's kind of helping you start your own business?
So I think it's marketing. You know, being able to put together campaigns and run campaigns and as well as formulate, you know, an event strategy and different things. So I've definitely been putting that to work as far as marketing the studio.
Okay.
And then also having had my own business before and starting something from the ground up, as well as, you know, everything that goes into it, from setting up payroll to operations to hiring and managing people.
Sure. It's a lot to open a business. And most businesses, it seems, you know, aren't real strong on the marketing side of things. I mean, it must be nice kind of hitting the ground running on that stuff, you know. Not even open yet, and you've got, you know, a pretty healthy, you know, baseline of new members. So that's pretty exciting. What would you say, maybe other than rowing, maybe that's the easy answer, but what would you say that you're passionate about, you know, either in business or in life?
So I think what really appealed to me about this business is that it's you know, coming from healthcare, right, where we're marketing treatment for people that are you know are having health issues and health concerns.
Sure.
To going into a business that treats health more proactively. That's something that was really appealing to me about this business, and the nice thing about the workout is that anybody can do it regardless of what condition you're in, how old you are, because it is low impact and everybody's working to the best of their own ability. There aren't any basically any timed pieces against each other. You're never going to be the last one finishing. You know, everybody rows together.
Sure. And
so it's a great way for people who are both, you know, accomplished athletes to get a great workout, as well as people who are just getting off the couch or maybe recovering from injuries.
Okay. So they're very scalable, very individual, performance based.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's nice. Obviously, pretty early on in this business, but what have you found to be the most challenging aspect of this so far?
Permits. City of Seattle permits.
Yeah. This just takes a while.
Yeah.
Now, having lived here in Seattle for a while, what's one of your favorite things to do? Like, let's say you have visitors in from out of town. What's kind of the go-to for you?
Yeah, it depends on the visitor. You know, usually it's if people haven't been here before, the greatest hits, the Space Needle, the market, things like that. But I love to, when people come to visit, if we can get them out on the water.
Okay.
At all. I'm a member of College Club, and they have kayaking and stand-up paddleboards, so taking people down there.
Nice. Taking
them out, yeah. Because it's such a different, you know, experience being out on the water. In Seattle, it's almost, you know, the perspective is so unique.
Sure. Heading into starting this business, what would you say is a personal habit that's contributed to your success so far?
Personal habits that I wish I had, you know, kind of transitioning from a desk job into going into the fitness industry. One of the things I want to become more of a habit is working out more frequently.
Okay. And
so I know once the studio's open, that's not going to be a problem.
Sure.
But it's interesting making that transition. I think, you know, having had my own business before and also having been a consultant and a freelancer is that ability to have kind of discipline to get up and, you know, do your work every day and do what you need to do and deal with ambiguity. And, you know, if you don't know what to do, it's kind of like, well, I've got to figure out to do something. And so being able to kind of work through some of those unknowns. Okay.
Kind of having the drive and discipline to figure it out and keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Now, are you going to be one of the instructors, or are you kind of hiring that out and you'll do more of the business behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah, we've hired 4 coaches so far.
Okay.
And so we're sending them all to training. They go to a 3-day training down at corporate headquarters. And,
okay.
So they're all taught, the proper technique on the rowing machine and how to teach people of, all ages and abilities, how to properly use the equipment.
Okay. Where have you had the most success as far as hiring new talent? I mean, from other gyms or?
We've most of the folks that we've hired actually live in West Seattle.
Okay.
I think all but one of our employees so far all live in West Seattle, and they're all very excited about being able to stay close to home.
Yeah, that's great. Whether in your previous business or in this business, what would you say some of the best advice you've ever received?
I listened to one of your to Joe's podcast, and I was like, gosh, I must not listen to any advice because I can't remember. I've been racking my brain ever since I watched that one. Okay. I think, I guess if I had to go back to something, my dad was always a strong advocate for being your own boss and having your own business. And so that's probably what keeps making me do things like this.
Okay, gotcha. Go out on the limb and test out your risk-reward threshold.
Yep, exactly.
What did your dad do? Did he have his own business?
He did. He was a sales engineer.
Okay.
And he had a tractor dealership. He has a tree farm. He had a storage business. He's done a lot of different types of things.
Okay. Would you say that in your business you have a specific technology or life hack that's kind of changed your life? I guess it could be on the personal side too.
I think for the studio, and this is with the rise of Fitbits and all of these different personal tracking devices that track your health. One of the things that the technology I'm excited about for Rowhouse is when you're in class, you're being measured as your class, so there's no individual results put up on the screen.
Okay, gotcha.
It's all how fast is your class going, and then it compares. They compare it to other classes, saying, hey, this class did this many meters, and they had this split time, which is how fast you go in 500 meters, and so it indicates how quickly you're moving along.
Gotcha.
But then on each individual's rowing machine, they'll see what they're doing, and then there's also an app that will show them how they're doing and how they progress. Like, do their split times decrease over time? Do they go further over time? So really being able to monitor performance.
So for class consumption and public awareness is going to be by class, but they can still monitor their own personal record and whatnot.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Do you listen to podcasts?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite ones?
We have a house in Walla Walla, so we always listen to podcasts. And when we're driving over to Walla Walla.
Okay. And
so my partner is really into the serial and the true crime.
Sure, kind of murder mystery kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a fair amount of those podcasts out there.
Yeah.
How about movies? Do you have a favorite movie?
There's so many movies that I like. I don't think I could call out a favorite.
Sure. It could be hard depending on what kind of mood you're in, genre and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you could recommend just one book to our listeners, what would it be?
I guess The Boys in the Boat.
Boys in the Boat? Okay.
Yep. Really, really inspiring story.
Okay.
Just kind of similar story to I don't know if you've read the book about Seabiscuit by Laura Hill.
I haven't. I mean, I know the movie,
Yeah. Well, it's basically all these underdogs,
Okay.
Both stories. All these underdogs come together and work together as a team and excel.
Okay. Yeah, no, I always enjoy those types of stories. So.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about yourself or your business to our audience while I have you here?
Yeah, well, we're super excited to bring this concept to West Seattle. We've gotten seems to be a lot of excitement around it, and really looking forward to being in this neighborhood because one of the things we want to do is create a community. And so it's not just a transactional, I'm going to show up, do my workout and go,
Sure.
but creating value-added events and engagements for our members.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, the location's hard to beat too. I mean, you're
Yeah.
like a block off the junction, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to give your website if people want to find out more about
Sure.
Rowhouse or sign up?
Yep. Yeah, so our website address is therowhouse.com/locations/West Seattle. Or you can just go to rowhouse.com and select the West Seattle location.
Okay, excellent. I'll make sure to put that link in the show notes to make it easier for people to find.
Yeah.
So excellent. Well, I thank you for your time today, Melinda. It's been great kind of sitting down. I know we've kind of bumped into each other in community events and whatnot, but it's nice to hear kind of a full story about how you got into this and kind of what the future of Rowhouse is. So I think it's a great workout, and hopefully you're able to build a good community around it.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Christian.
Thank you. That wraps up this week's episode. Make sure to check out our guest website, pay them a visit, and help spread the word about what they are doing. If you have any questions, know someone who should be a guest on here, or has a great story worth sharing, email me at christianharris@seatown.com. That's sea-town.com. I would also love it if you would go to iTunes and give us a review and a nice 5-star rating. We work hard to bring on great guests and provide exceptional content, and getting a review from you is one way to help the podcast rank well in iTunes so others can find and enjoy the show. You can also find out more about me, how my real estate brokerage is breaking the mold and making a difference in our Seattle communities, and other projects I'm working on by visiting seatown.com, sea-town.com. Thanks for listening. The music for our podcast is courtesy of The Fascination Movement. You can find their albums in the iTunes Store. You can also listen to more episodes and find all our show notes on our website at seatownpodcast.com. This has been a Seatown Media production.